So I actually had bought the NEET SS package in Marrow very early, sir. I think when it was like first launched, and it was good, sir. I think your videos is a excellent revision tool, sir. I think your videos are a synopsis of Bradley, sir. Sir, my personal favorite in Marrow has been Rakesh sir's videos, sir.
Always.
I think I've watched almost every single video of Rakesh Naisar's videos, sir. I'm his big fan. And NEET SS faculties, sir, yourself and the cardiology videos, sir.
Sure, sir.
Neuro and cardio videos are my personal favorites, sir.
Yeah, good evening, friends. So we have a special guest today, Dr. Pushkar Pazhani, who is actually the INI AIMS first time conducted INI SS AIMS rank 1 as well as common merit list rank 3. And welcome, Pushkar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And he will be feeling fantastic now. And how you actually feel?
I feel good, sir. I feel free. I'm finally out of the rat race. I've been doing this for a very long time, sir. So I've been doing this since July 2020,
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm pretty much relieved, sir, that I can
Well, because of the
finally
COVID, it
join
was
the.
again. Yeah, I know you're qualified for the first AIMS also. And
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, now you can you just introduce like where did you did from Kilpok, right? MD and your
Yeah,
MBBS.
sir. Yeah, sir.
You're
So
primarily from Chennai, right?
sir, I'm from Chennai. So I had done my MBBS from Chetnad Medical College, 2012 batch. It's a private medical college, and I had completed my internship in 2018. And by God's grace, I was lucky enough to join my post graduation just immediately after internship.
Super,
And I
super.
had done my MD General Medicine in Government Kilpauk Medical College, and I had completed my course in on May 2021. And that's about it, sir. So
And actually, it is
hopefully,
wonderful. Like there was actually there is a false belief among the students that I also did my MBBS from private college only. So they
okay,
believe
sir.
that if you study in private college, some will label you as like you
Yeah,
don't have
sir.
the capability. But that is actually it's just not completely true. I
Yes,
also
sir.
did my
Yes.
MBBS from private
I got
college.
that very often during UG time, so it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I personally
So
know it personally also.
yes, sir, it's very frustrating. So I was hell bent that I should do my PG in a government college, So
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
get it, sir. I can relate, sir.
and now you are at the epitome. You are reached the first rank in names. That is actually really
Yes,
wonderful.
sir.
And actually,
Yes.
this is an example. Many will have the will feel you will be feeling like you are inferior. Never feel inferior because like
Yes, sir.
I always feel like everyone has a capability. Everyone, any nobody is a genius in the world. Everyone has capability. Okay, then how was your preparation? How was your family feeling? Your father is a
Yeah, sir.
neurologist, right? Yeah.
Families very, yes, sir. Dad's a neurologist. He's very happy because I've been it was long awaited, sir. I was like I couldn't join the July session unfortunately because of the COVID situation. My MD exam was postponed, so it was very frustrating. Like already clearing an exam and sitting and studying for again. It's the I think no one should undergo that. So I'm finally done. So I'll be joining soon, sir.
Actually, this year was totally full of backstab from the COVID, backstab from the change of pattern of
Yes,
exams. It
sir.
was
Yes,
totally
yes.
confused. Actually,
Totally,
it
sir.
was
Totally, sir.
yeah. You will be feeling really wonderful. And
Yes, sir.
and how you prepared actually? How was your what is your source preparation and how was your
Yes, sir.
plan everything?
Yes, sir. So I had started my preparation by around July 2020, sir. So I was just entering
Oh,
my final year, just entered my final year, and there was a lot of COVID duties. I got a lot of free time because of the quarantine period, sir.
yeah,
So that's when I started. So my initial preparation was Harrison, sir. So my
yeah,
first aim was okay. Let's finish the neuro part. Because at that point of time it was still a neuro based, sir. I mean NEET SS and
yeah,
was predominantly neuro based. Of course, I think in the future it's going to be more of general medicine based. So I had initially finished the neurology section in Harrison, sir. So once I had done that, I started touching on the important topics in Bradley, sir. So I know it's not humanly possible to complete entire Bradley, but at
yeah.
least we can finish the important topics, sir, like cerebrovascular disorders, Parkinson's, movement disorders, and the tables, sir. I think Bradley's tables are very, very important. They are very high yield, and many other times they are asked as MCQs in the exam, sir.
Yeah,
And
always.
so most of the part was Harrison and Bradley, sir. And for journals, sir, especially in for AIMS exams, they usually ask some sort of latest updates, sir. So since most of my dad's journals are there at home, so I just used to go through it, like once a month, like reading a
Yeah,
newspaper, just underlining the important new drugs. And I had also used up to date, sir. Up to date
yeah,
for the latest FDA approved drugs. That is very useful, sir, because AIMS at least there will
yeah.
be 2 to 3 MCQs on latest updates.
Yeah, sure.
which we not might not get from the textbooks.
Yeah, actually, I used to tell like Harrison is a basic thing.
Yes,
Without
yes,
Harrison, you cannot study. Actually,
yes,
with in any super specialty you go,
yes,
without the basic knowledge of medicine, you cannot grab the specialty. That
yes, true,
is
sir.
very difficult. And
Especially this NESS, sir. I think because it was usually AIMS is 90% neuro MCQs, but I
yeah,
think this time it was a shift from previous sessions. We had, I think, 30% of general medicine and 70% of neuro, sir, if I'm right.
yeah. Actually, neurology and cardiology is like they will ask everywhere because those are the important topics. Actually, both are the two subjects are very important for MD also. So,
Yes,
how
sir.
was your how was your preparation? How was your preparation from Marrow, and how was the video
Yes, sir.
useful? Yeah,
Yes, sir. So I actually had bought the NEET SS package in Marrow very early, sir. I think when it was like first launched. I think I bought on the second or third day, and it was good, sir. I think your videos is a excellent revision tool, sir. Like if someone is lazy to study Bradley, no, I've just studied Harrison. I don't want to read entire Bradley. They can just go through your videos, sir. I think your videos are a synopsis of Bradley, sir. So those
thank you.
people who don't want to go through Bradley can surely go through your entire videos, but it requires a lot of time because I think
Yeah,
sir
yeah.
has taken lot of time and effort. So you should start seeing the videos from final year. I think you need to see it for a long time. You need to invest your time watching the videos.
Yeah, like neuro is one topic which is so vast. You
Yes,
cannot sort out thing from neuro is very difficult. And
yes, sir.
I actually personally has tried to put some elements from Bradley plus some updates, and I have
Yes,
tried myself to make it much more simple. I hope it has been helped you. And
yes, sir.
yeah, and did you start your preparations from the beginning of first year, or just did in the last 1 year?
Okay. Sir, actually, initial part, I was just trying to adapt to the place, sir. It's a little difficult for me because it's a shift from a private hospital to a government hospital. Everything was new for me, the environment. So, first year, I was more of adjusting and, getting used to residency, sir. Second year, I was more into giving my MRCP exam, sir. So, I had given my part one and part two. So, I think second year, I had fully gone into that. Only from final year, I had started preparing for neuro, sir. I think it's enough, sir. I think if you start
Yeah,
from final year, it should be more than enough. I think people who are doing their post graduation should concentrate on the residency more in the first and second year. I think preparing for exams can come towards your final year, sir.
yeah, yeah, correct. Because by especially for neuro, when you reach the final year, you will understand most of things. When you
Yes,
begin, when you read neuro, it will like more like Greek and Latin. When your things will
yes,
be
sir.
like because you
Yes,
need to
yes.
see cases. Once you see the cases, you will understand better.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah,
Because I still remember when I was reading, I was like, oh, yes, I saw that case in first year. Oh, I
yeah,
saw this case in second year. It was like that, sir. So when I was reading,
yeah, sure, sure. And actually, how did you prepare? Did you make notes, or you just what all things you may help for the next coming batch or next generation too
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
for your
So, sir,
juniors?
regarding notes, so I think in such a competitive exam, it's important to have multiple sources of preparation, sir. Like and the thing is, you can't, even though you might have read everything. Let's say you're starting your preparation from your final year, you might have read from multiple sources. A lot of Harrison's, Bradley, a lot of videos, journals. Make sure that you pen it down into a single source because towards the end it doesn't matter how much you've read, it's just about how much you've revised. So make
Yeah.
sure that you compile everything from what and all you've read into a single source. It could be your a book, it could be your ipad or whatever. You should be just brushing through your own handmade written notes in the last 1 month of your preparation. That's how it should be, sir.
And then when you come to our modules, and what all modules did you actually like? Did you watch all the modules because it is actually like there is many videos are there.
Sir, actually, I haven't watched all the modules, sir. I watched around 70% of it, sir.
Yeah,
Especially topics, which I felt I needed a little more help. I think my favorite module is the dementia module, sir. Especially, you had there's a very beautiful description of lobar functions. Like it is very good, sir. So the lobar function chapter and your MCQ discussion modules also are very good, sir. And peripheral neuropathy, because actually if you see most of the aspirants, they'll be concentrating more on central nervous system disorders, sir. We just forget to read peripheral nervous system. We might have forgotten the basic peripheral nervous anatomy. So I think you had beautifully described all the peripheral nerves, their anatomy, about plexus. Everything was it was enough to just watch a video, sir, because I didn't have to go back to my anatomy books. and it was very useful, sir. Even neuroanatomy part, you had touched on most of the important aspects, especially peripheral nervous system, because most of us tend to neglect PNS, especially PNS anatomy. So that is
Yeah.
very useful, sir. Neuroanatomy part is very useful.
Yeah, actually, one question also came from like okay sign was kept.
Okay,
Actually,
science, sir. Yeah, yeah.
I,
Yeah, okay, sign.
actually, I was writing my DNB exam for neuro. This time
Okay,
DNB exam because of COVID, the pattern has been changed. So they put 150 questions
okay,
directly from the AIMS MCQs. In that they
okay,
have shown the format sign. Actually, in the exam preparation video, I told that there's a possibility that they may
okay,
ask formats or okay
okay.
sign because they can keep the photos. Same
Yes,
format.
sir.
Yeah, actually, luckily it also came. And
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
what is your favorite topics or favorite areas interested in? At least when you're preparing, you feel like, okay, this is
Preparing, sir.
awesome. This is wow.
So I think most of the neurology aspirants will enjoy the central nervous system part, sir. Like I told you, that's the most like very fun part of reading neuro. My favorite topics are demyelination and cerebrovascular disorders, sir. So that's very fun reading. I always tend to overread those and neglect the others. So demyelinations and cerebrovascular are my personal favorites, sir.
And what about like neuro is very huge topic. So how you divided between neuro and medicine, and how you revise
Yeah.
at the end?
Sir, I spent around 70% of my time reading neuro, sir, and the remaining 30% of my time reading general medicine. I didn't really concentrate too much on general medicine because I had read it for my MRCP exam, sir. So,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just working out MCQs, sir. I was just working out MCQs, just keeping in touch with the subject, just common things. I wasn't reading too much in detail. I kept the general medicine preparation pretty simple, sir. Harrison and MCQs, that's it.
And for MCQs and other things, and you made like notes for MCQ separately and theory separately, or combined to the single notes. And how you
For
revise it?
neurology or for general medicine, sir?
And neurology, how you revise the entire things at the end?
Sir, like I told you, sir, it's handwritten notes, sir. So, for example, if I'm going to read from Harrison Bradley, I can't, while revising, I can't read it again from both the books, sir. So I just pen down everything, sir. I just have this Good Notes app on my iPad. It's a very good app. So I just pen down everything, sir. I just just take a glance before the exam, sir. I think 2 weeks before the exam, I was just revising my notes.
And what about the part two? Like, how was the stage two exam? And this time, completely new pattern. So, how you feel the
Yes,
different
yes, sir.
patterns and all?
So you mean the interview, sir?
Interview and interview as well as the first part. Stage one also there is a new pattern has come up. Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stage one, I think I'll compare it to the July AIM session, sir, since they had conducted this exam. So July AIM session was full of one-worders, sir. I think around 70 to 80% was full of one-worders. But this NESS had lot of long stem questions, sir. Very long stem, and it was very lengthy. I think the last July session I was able to finish it around 20 minutes in advance. Here in NESS, till the last minute I was writing, sir. So,
yeah,
I mean, I was attending the paper. It was a lot of long stem questions, which was a change. And the general medicine part was, I felt a little beyond Harrison, sir. I think that,
yeah,
like, for example, if there is a nephrology MCQ or a medical oncology MCQ, the MCQ was such a way that only someone who had prepared for nephro or medical onco can attend it.
yeah.
So that was tough. The general medicine part was an edge above Harrison, which was that's why the paper was very tough, actually, sir.
And what about the neuro part? And I feel like a lot of clinical, like least practical point of
Yes.
questions where there are a lot of practical point
Yes, sir.
questions were
Lot of
there.
practicals, a lot of practical questions, lot of long stem questions, and lot of neurophthal, sir. I think
Yeah,
from
neuro
now on, I
part.
think everyone should read neurophthal in detail. All the all the extraocular muscle actions, the nerve supply, and that is very very important, sir.
Actually, neurophthal is one of the most complicated topic in neurology. I mean, I
Very
feel
tough,
it's
sir.
more
Very tough,
complicated
sir.
than cognitive neurology
Yes,
because
sir.
the supranuclear control and all those things is the most complicated part.
Yeah, it's very tricky, sir. I mean, but I think no one should neglect it. People who might not have studied it might have found the paper very tough. There was a significant amount of the paper was from neurophthal, sir. A lot of fundus,
Yeah, yeah.
the extra regarding the nerve palsies. So neurophthal is a must-do chapter for this exam, sir.
And when you choose neurology, and what made you like neurology? Whether because you had been your father being a neurologist that made you
Yes, sir.
more towards neurology, or something else was there which
Okay,
made
sir.
you
So my
take neurology?
yes, sir. So my main source of inspiration is my father, sir.
Yeah.
That is my main source. Of course, he's never told me that you should become a neurologist or something like that. He's my source of inspiration. So, the moment I've entered MBBS, I always wanted to be a neurologist, sir. So it's always been like I've never been confused about that. Even while giving options even for NEET SS, I think we can apply for two options. I've only applied for neuro, sir. So it's
And you, I mean, for NEET SS also, you're not applied for anything else, only for neuro.
nothing, sir. Only
Oh, that is
neuro, sir. I think
wonderful.
neuro is meant for those who are only truly love it, sir. It should not be an
Definitely,
adjustment branch. It's
definitely.
meant only for those who truly love the subject, sir. So
Yeah, definitely. You might know it because your father being a neurologist. Neurology is something which you need to read, and you have to love the subject. Without loving the
yes, sir.
subject, you
Yes.
cannot go into neurology. Whether it
Yeah.
is MCQ, whether it is for entrance, whether it is for practice, you have to
True,
love the
sir.
subject.
True, sir. Yes.
Otherwise, it is very tough to study neurology and remember neurology. And
Agree.
what is your advice and take for the possible like for NEET SS coming up, and
Yes, sir.
what do you will expect for that?
Yes, sir. So for NEET SS, important point is neurology and pediatric neurology are club specialties. So it's very important. You should read pediatric neurology as much as you would read neurology. And also the feeder subject, remember pediatrics is a feeder subject. So you have to go through pediatrics also. So I'm just saying this based on the previous NEET SS paper, which had, I think, almost 50% of pediatric neuro, sir. So please don't neglect pediatric neuro. I just at least go through the tabular columns in Nelson. So I think most of the MCQs were directly taken from Nelson, sir, if I'm right.
Yeah,
So just don't forget to read pediatric neuro. At least the basics of it.
yeah. And what advice you will give to your like a juniors who is going to join? Like suppose somebody is going to join your MD medicine,
Yes, sir.
and they want to take neuro, and they want to
Yes.
take in an institute. And
Yes.
what advice will you give for them?
Yes, sir. So my advice would be don't chase exams. First, concentrate on your residency. It's important to be a good physician before being a good
Exactly.
neurologist. So it's I know exams are important, but I think the current trend is always behind chasing exams, NEET UG, NEET PG, NEET
Exactly.
SS, postdoctoral fellowship. It's like a never-ending rat race, you know. So enjoy your
Yes.
residency. I mean, like it's not all about exams. First 2 years, just like get absorbed into your residency, enjoy it, and when you're in final year, you can decide, like what specialty you want. If you want neuro, you can. I think it's more than enough if you just start studying from final year. Like just don't start from your first year, like like working out MCQs. It's You can do it. You can do that's time for that. You can start that during final year.
Exactly. Actually, I was also feeling the same. Like nowadays, everyone is running behind super specialities and specialties. The first thing and foremost they forget is to be a good physician. Only a
Yes.
good physician can be a good super specialist, whatever subject
True,
it may
sir.
be.
True,
Because
sir. True, sir.
medicine is like when without basics you will stumble down. You cannot be
Yes.
a whatever specialty you will take. And
Yes.
how was your Marrow SS videos like
Yes.
including the medicine? How you
Yes, sir.
felt? How you felt it was and
It was good, sir. It's very good. The neurology videos are, like I had mentioned before, it's a synopsis of Bradley. So for though but like I told you, you should invest time in it. It's not something that you can, like watch the videos 2 weeks before the exams. It requires you to invest time. So those who are preparing seriously for institute exams, the next session, you should start watching it now. Read your Harrison, watch videos, make notes, and invest your time in the videos. It's not something that you can do overnight. So that's very important. It will be useful for those topics where you don't have a very you're doubtful. Even if you read the book, you're not getting a very good grasp on the topic. You can surely go through the videos. It will be very useful.
and I hope like we will go and have a good relationship because I will also ask you regarding doubts because neurology I feel is a subject which always
Sir,
always
what, sir?
need to be asked. Like neuro is a subject like nobody is expert. I don't believe that one person is expert in neurology because neurology is something which like I believe is like you need to take help from anyone which might give you knowledge because neurology is something which you need lot of knowledge. You cannot be 100% in neurology. It is impossible task. You will know because your father is a neurologist. If
Yes,
you know something, the another person will know some areas better than you. There is no
true,
one
sir.
exceptional in neurology.
True,
And
sir. True, sir.
how was your experience with Marrow, like our other areas like Marrow? How was your experience with Marrow? Like whether you have any doubts or anything, whether how was it? Any suggestions you need to put
Yes, sir.
forward?
It's very good, sir, because I think the NEET SS package also comes with the Plan C NEET PG. So I've been watching the videos since final year, sir. So I used to, like, for example, let's say I'm reading CNS infections. I used to watch the microbiology because the Plan C is also free. So I used to watch the microbiology videos. I used to watch a little bit of the medicine videos, and then I used to come back to the NEET SS videos. And I think another advantage is you get all the specialties, sir.
Yeah,
You
that's
get cardio. I think that's a unique. That's a unique advantage with this. I mean, like you can access all the specialist videos. So I think I had watched a significant amount of the neurology videos, cardiology, sir, especially
yeah,
for
sure,
certain
sir.
topics which I was a little lazy to go back and study, from specialty books, and also hematology, sir. So hemat, cardio, and neuro. I had watched a significant amount of videos from these three subjects, sir, from Marrow, and of course
And,
the general medicine part for
and
Rakesh
okay,
sir's
sir.
video.
And who you feel like, which amongst my faculty you feel it is better? Be frank. It's no problem in telling that.
Sir, very tough question.
Yeah, it's so close of course. You can tell whatever it is, and whatever
Okay,
part
sir.
I have to improve, you can also tell that. No, no issues with that.
Sir, my personal favorite in Marrow has been Rakesh sir's videos, sir.
Always
So I've
my
been
favorite person.
yeah, sir. I've been watching sir's videos since I think 2000 early of 2020. So I think when this COVID pandemic started, so I was just sitting at home during the quarantine with nothing to do. So that time I had bought the thing, and I think I've watched almost every single video of Rakesh Naisar's videos. So I'm his big fan. And NEET SS faculties, sir, yourself and the cardiology videos, sir.
Sure, sir.
Neuro and cardio videos are my personal favorites, sir.
And personally, actually, I actually took medicine because of Rakesh sir. I have to tell it because I
Oh, okay, sir.
joined in coaching in 2013. Rakesh sir was taking me classes for entrance. At
Okay,
that
sir.
time, I was
Okay, sir.
confused between medicine and surgery. After listening to his class, I started loving medicine.
Yes, sir.
I'm a huge
He
fan
has
of
he has
Rakesh.
that charisma, sir. He's very magnetic personality. He's like that.
And thank you for sharing all the ideas, thoughts, and everything. Keep in touch,
Sure, sir.
and all the best for the future. And
Thank you,
you
sir.
actually, it's like historical. Like this is the first INI-SS, and you being the first rank holder in AIIMS after the interview session and stage one, and that too in the first attempt. And that too, you have proved that there is actually. I'm proud to tell that you have proved that those people who feel that they have done their MBBS from some private college, they feel that they're inferior. Never feel inferior.
Yes,
You
sir.
have the world to prove. The world is
That's
there to
true,
prove.
sir.
Yeah, if you are willing, nobody is a genius. I personally believe that there is nobody is genius. Everything your brain, everyone's brain has a capability. You need to be
Yes, sir.
just perspiration is there. You need to hard work. You will get it. Anyway, thank you so
Agreed,
much.
sir. Agreed, sir. Sir, you're welcome, sir. It's my pleasure, sir. I was very happy doing this interview with you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for sharing time with me, and all the best for the future. You will become a fantastic neurologist.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.